Good day, everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And I hope I find you happy and healthy and ready to discuss of our material for today's ICT course. Yeah. And to begin with, I would like to review our topics for today would be ethics and regulation on new media or on digital media at large. Yeah. The ethics and regulation itself could also be understood as netiquette. It comes from French language, etiquette, yeah. So etiquette that applied on the internet. So nowadays, I believe we adapt in our own way, especially during the pandemic time. We are adapt to the way that we are using the internet and the digital technology itself. We have our own personalized settings, yeah, to adjust the new habit of the new normal. In notion to that, social media as part of digital realm or digital media, yeah. Basically, it accommodates lots of our needs and mainly the freedom of expression, expressing ourselves. And sometimes it leads to something not very beneficial, you know. So it allows us to misuse it, to distribute unvalidated information, any kind of digital platform. And sometimes we've done it on social media. That's why we need literacy, digital literacy, social literacy to become critical, to become self-aware, and also make sure the information validation before we spread it out further or spread it out wider to other users of internet. For some of you, you might not experience this, but for people at my age, your parents' generation, yeah, they used to adapt news processing done by the conventional media, whereas the news itself, they have their own valuation based on the agenda setting. Jadi dulu sebelum kita banyak menggunakan media digital, berita yang ada di media konvensional itu punya evaluasi yang disesuaikan dengan kepentingan pemilik instansi berita, ya. Jadi kepentingan kelompok tertentu saja. And nowadays we are facing the news processing that is available on the digital platform. So anyone basically can be source of the news for the internet. And once we distribute an information without validated first, it becomes our responsibility, moral responsibility to set it right there. Because every published news is, we cannot make sure the accountability of the news itself. So we need to conduct validation process by using sets of knowledge, sets of skills that we learn, we acquired in the framework conceptual of literacy, of digital literacy. Jadi pada dasarnya, Mbak Mas, media digital itu memungkinkan siapapun bisa menjadi sumber informasi di internet. Tapi yang perlu dipastikan sebelum menyebarluaskan informasi adalah validasi beritanya, apakah ini layak dipercaya atau tidak. Dan itu sudah kita ketahui bersama ya. So we need to apply our own self-regulation by acting. We as internet user, we as audiences, we also need to act or play role as news producer or content creator or journalist or reporter. First, that is our role, and the second, we need to act as editor of the news, memilih dan memilah berita yang perlu kita percayai, yang bisa kita percayai, and we also become news critics or news watchers. Sometimes we become the opposition of the government, so we can criticize them if they done something not based on the people's need. Yeah, it needs to be done. And to apply self-regulation, we need to have diverse perspective. We need to keep ourselves open-minded, and we need to practice self-censorship. And last but not least, we are also having critical awareness at any level. Jadi terlatih untuk berpikir kritis di setiap kesempatan, segala situasi, segala tingkat pemahaman. Ya, ini adalah inti dari regulasi mandiri atau pengaturan diri dalam menyikapi berita, informasi yang beredar di internet. Bagaimana cara memanfaatkan teknologi yang tersedia karena koneksi internet. That would be self-regulation. In Indonesia, we have ICT Watch, who demonstrate or practice the Internet Sehat campaign. It is a non-profit community, internet user community that motivated to spread out the awareness of the importance of digital literacy, yeah, and also media literacy. Because as internet user, in general, we are not fall behind compared to the already developing country, ya, such as America. Jadi sebagai pengguna internet, sebenarnya teknologi kita itu tidak terlalu ketinggalan. Cuma yang menjadi perhatian adalah ketertinggalan kita dalam literasi digital, literasi media. Itu karena tidak sepenuhnya menyatu dalam bagian kurikulum, ya. Maka ada komunitas-komunitas yang non-profit yang aktif bergerak untuk melakukan edukasi. Salah satunya adalah ICT Watch. This would be their website. They conduct digital literacy. They also spread out knowledge and awareness about how to survive in the internet without hurting anybody and comply to government regulation. They also having a documentary session about literacy, digital literacy education for the internet citizens. And they done collaboration with several of government agencies, corporations, to spread out this awareness of digital literacy. They are also connected to Relawan TIK. ICT Watch itself has its own tagline, yeah, wise while online, think before posting. Because as an internet user, we have moral obligation to do that before we've done anything further. on the internet. It's rather different compared to the ICT surveillance conduct in America. The government basically done surveillance of online activities from its netizens, yeah, to do counterterrorism and also to do citizen surveillance. This surveillance process are done by several joint task force, yeah. Joint with the T. I'm sorry about the typo here. Joined with the T, yeah. One of them is the National Cyber Investigative Joint Task Force provided by the National Security Agency, or NSA, of the United States of America. And the other accessibility that we can do as a responsible citizen, we can report it ourselves through CIA website. And as you can see here, CIA also having career opportunities if you want to work for them. Yeah, they also available for internships program, apparently. And one of the big case that handled by those joint task force is Facebook users data abuse that includes third-party involvement. And in this case, the third party would be Cambridge Analytica. Jadi beberapa waktu yang lalu sempat ada kasus yang mencuat antara Facebook yang mengizinkan Cambridge Analytica sebagai pihak ketiga yang beroperasi dalam platform Facebook, ya. Nah, pihak ketiga ini tentunya tidak boleh mengakses data pengguna, ya. Tapi Facebook mengalami kebocoran, ya. Cambridge Analytica yang juga beroperasi di Facebook waktu itu ternyata bisa mengakses data penggunanya dan data penggunanya dijual ke dark web. Nah, kalau sudah ada jual beli identitas personal, maka akan kita bisa memprediksi beberapa hal buruk, ya. Penyalahgunaan data, kemudian pembuatan identitas baru yang itu tidak sesuai dengan identitas yang terregister di pemerintah, dan lain sebagainya. Bisa dibayangkan karena Facebook ini memang valuasinya besar, ya. On 2020 itself, the total user of Facebook is about 24.2% of total population of the world, reach into 1.85 billion users in 2020. And as you can see, Facebook ads revenue per user on 2020 is about $33 each user. So you can imagine dalam tahun 2020 sendiri itu pendapatan Facebook hanya dari iklan, yaitu $33 dikalikan 1,85 miliar pengguna di seluruh dunia. Nah, itu hanya dari pendapatan iklan. Bisa dibayangkan revenue, valuasi perusahaannya jauh lebih besar daripada itu, ya. Revenue total, valuasi perusahaan. And it's quite concerning because just recently Facebook changed their corporate profile into and known nowadays as Meta. Yeah. In the near future, they want to develop some kind of immersion between the our everyday reality with virtual reality. By using their products, they develop some kind of a project that include the infrastructure, the technology, the gadget, their products itself. Dan beberapa waktu yang lalu, founder Facebook itu sempat mengumumkan ganti nama jadi Meta yang akan mengoperasikan project Meta dalam waktu dekat ya, yang memungkinkan realita kita sebagai manusia setiap hari, rutinitas kita sehari-hari itu immerse ya, bergabung atau masuk ke dalam realitas virtual. Yang di dunia virtual itu kita bisa melakukan banyak hal, termasuk membangun sistem ekonomi sendiri ya, entah itu pakai cryptocurrency atau pakai mata uang sesungguhnya. Akan tercipta ratusan ribu pekerjaan baru di situ, tercipta ekosistem virtual baru di situ. Menyenangkan bisa jadi lebih ke sesuatu yang perlu kita khawatirkan ya. Karena manusia berencana itu biasanya kita melupakan hal-hal yang mendasar. Misalnya memanusiakan manusia itu sendiri. Ya, teknologi Facebook bisa Mbak Mas cek kalau lihat beberapa film produksi Hollywood, misalnya ada Blade Runner ya, kemudian Ghost in the Shell yang itu terinspirasi dari manga atau anime di Jepang ya. Nah, itulah yang terjadi ketika Terminator juga lingkungan virtual atau lingkungan buatan berdasarkan AI yang akan menjadi satu dengan kehidupan manusia. Jadi dunia dalam dunia. Ya. Berbeda kasus dengan Indonesia. Joint task force in Indonesia are done by the Indonesian National Police, especially Cyber Crime Division, and also Cyber Polri. We also having a regulation known as Undang-Undang Informasi dan Transaksi Elektronik. It's been renewed in 2016. It is recall our contribution as responsible citizen to report any misuse of internet, yeah, by reporting to the police, reporting to the government, and also we can done it by ourselves by implementing several features that available on the digital platform. For example, block, remove, hide, mute, or reports spam, and any kind of features that basically are available for us as internet users. Yeah. We also could conduct self-censorship. Yeah, it starts by us as internet user to filter. Is it the information useful for the public or is it not? Yeah, because hoax is working once we distributed the information. So from us, we need to validate it first, whether it is legit or not, and then we can spread out to public. Yeah. So it's starting from us. You can check it by yourself as easy as you visit these links. Yeah, it is from the date to check any kinds of misinformation or disinformation. And next, I will explain about the difference between digital natives and digital immigrants to respond to hoax. Yeah. So basically, here we have two generations with two different habits. Yeah, the one is analog, the one is digital. As you can see from the example that I've shown you. And as digital natives or net generation, I believe, whether you realize it or not, you are implementing some of the basic norms that normally conduct by the generation that raised and that is born and raised within the context of internet technology. Internet gives out freedom for us, freedom of choice. Yeah, and we are very familiar by doing customizing, any kind of customizing that suit our preferences. And most of the time we've done self-investigation for research purpose or any kind of purpose. And I believe you as next generation are accustomed or used to being open-minded. Yeah, choose the best one based on particular consideration. Yeah, you collect or gather several perspectives and you take the positive aspect from each perspective and you develop a new one. This would be considered as being open-minded. And you've also very accustomed with collaboration, yeah, whether it is online or offline or blended. And you're quite used to doing multitasking. And we sometimes are very accustomed to instant interaction and engagement here. By interacting with screen that connected to the internet, we can connect another user of the internet as soon as it possible. And we are getting used to innovation, because basically innovation, it changed the former hierarchy in the workplace, especially during the pandemic when people are doing work from home. They have meeting with their bosses, but in the quiet, relaxed ambience. So it really pruning bureaucracy, ya. Jadi inovasi dari teknologi digital dan internet itu memangkas hierarki formal di tempat kerja. Misalnya pada saat WFH itu kan orang melakukan meeting di rumah. Meskipun bahasanya formal, tapi ada beberapa keuntungan yang bisa didapat di sini ya. Ambience jadi lebih akrab, kemudian bahasanya jadi lebih mengalir ya. Dan antara bos dan staff itu hampir seperti tidak ada batasan ya. Jadi egaliter sesama kolega. And next, we will talk about cyber safety. Yeah, cyberspace basically has its own netiquette. Yeah, as for example, we are frowned upon if you texting someone by using all capital letters. Yeah, and by living in the cyberspace, we basically implementing the morality of the goldfish bowl, yeah, because it's very easy to do surveillance for us, done by government, done by media, done by technology corporation, yeah, because we live in a quite transparent era. As you can see the analogy here, Jadi analogi dari cyberspace adalah kurang lebih seperti ini, Mbak Mas. Sesekali kita bisa jadi sorotan ya, viral. Nah, rumus viralitas ya karena ada penerapan dari moral akuarium, gelas, dari gelas ya. Karena dari segala sisi, segala sudut itu pasti akan terlihat, pasti akan terbaca apa yang kita lakukan, apa yang kita sebarluaskan. Dan ini kadang-kadang sometimes it's liberating and sometimes it is not, yeah. So to deal with this, we need digital literacy. And every country, they have their own elements and framework for digital literacy. It is basically by implementing several elements: creativity, critical thinking, evaluation, cultural and social understanding to understand the context and norms, collaboration, the ability to find and select information, effective communication, e-safety, and functional skills. Yeah. And this would be the example of the first digital literacy model. Yeah. So basically, we have numerous models, digital literacy developed worldwide by every country. This would be the first model. And this would be the second model. And some of them also have digital literacy practice conducted by technology corporation. For example, here, Microsoft, they have their own digital literacy standard curriculum. You can take it online for free. Yeah. Once you've finished it, you will get e-certificate or professional certification that you are already taking their digital literacy class. Jadi kurikulum literasi digital, standar literasi digital yang di-develop oleh Microsoft ini bisa diakses oleh semua pengguna internet, kelas online, akses gratis. Setelah Mbak Mas selesai, nanti Mbak Mas bisa dapat sertifikasi profesional yang menunjukkan bahwa Mbak Mas sudah mengikuti kelas ini, ya, kurikulum ini sudah diimplementasikan. Mbak Mas bisa akses dari sini. And to sum up today's material, I would like to explain briefly about the study case on net neutrality or netralitas internet. So basically, net neutrality is understanding that all data in the internet is treated equally, nothing special. Not one of them are special. Yeah, they have the same value. But this reality is opposed by internet operators in Indonesia. At that time, the one who started is Indosat. Yeah, and according to their belief, their business philosophy, yeah, data, content, website, or platform should be valued based on their impact to the internet users, ya. Jadi Asosiasi Penyelenggara Jasa Internet Indonesia yang waktu itu digawangi oleh Indosat, ya, menentang netralitas internet, ya. Mereka mendorong pemerintah untuk membuat regulasi yang mengizinkan provider untuk menerapkan tarif yang berbeda bagi data, konten, website, ataupun platform yang dikunjungi oleh internet user. Makanya kita berhadapan dengan paket data yang berbeda, ya. Ada paket data untuk sosial media, untuk streaming, untuk gaming. Kemudian secara real, teknologi internet ini hanya dikuasai oleh segelintir pihak, sama seperti ekosistem media konvensional, ya. Dan ada beberapa fenomena yang cukup memprihatinkan, ya. Salah satu provider internet plat merah, ya, punya pemerintah itu sempat melakukan banning, pelarangan siaran dengan menggunakan internet provider tersebut untuk Netflix. Kemudian membatasi data akses untuk pengguna Apple, ya, meskipun tidak terbukti secara riset ya, tapi Mbak Mas bisa mengamati sendiri. Dan tadi ada paket data yang berbeda-beda. And the last, I would like to sum up with how we are going to deal with hoaxes. Yeah, I guess whether you realize it or not, you may apply it. You've already applied some of these strategies, and it's quite helpful actually if you can spread it out to fellow internet users in your surroundings, yeah, because it will be very helpful. And thank you for joining me today's while we are talking about ethics and regulation for digital platform. I'll be seeing you next week. Billahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.